enemies and sort of like know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
Are we gonna see Canelo Crawford?
The world of boxing is buzzing with excitement as the possibility of a dream match between two of the sport's biggest names, Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, is slowly becoming a reality. Both fighters, considered among the greatest of their respective generations, have been at the peak of their careers for years. However, despite their prowess, the question of whether they will face off in the ring remains unanswered, though the rumors surrounding the potential showdown are growing louder. Alvarez, who had once dismissed the idea of facing Crawford, calling the matchup a lose-lose situation, has since changed his stance. The Mexican boxer, known for his explosive power and skillful counterpunching, now openly acknowledges that Crawford is a legitimate threat in the sport. Initially, many doubted whether Crawford, who has spent most of his career in the welterweight division, would be able to step up and compete with the bigger and stronger Alvarez. But Canelo, who has fought across multiple weight classes, including middleweight and light heavyweight, has expressed a shift in his approach. "He's a good fighter. I don't think I'd take anything lightly, but we'll see what happens," Canelo commented. The man behind the drive to make this fight happen seems to be none other than TurkiAlalshik, the influential president of Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority. Al-Sheikh has been pushing hard to bring this historic match to life, and during a recent event in London, he was spotted having a private conversation with Alvarez. At that moment, Canelo seemed open to the idea, saying, "There's always a possibility. We're here to do the best business." Alvarez's meeting with Al-Sheikh sheds light on his approach to future partnerships in boxing. Being a free agent, Canelo is open to working with anyone, as long as the terms are right. "I like to keep the doors open," he said, emphasizing that he is ready to negotiate a deal that benefits all parties involved. This openness aligns with his desire to secure the best possible opportunities before he eventually winds down his legendary career. The potential fight between Canelo and Crawford carries monumental significance, not only for the fighters involved, but for the entire boxing world. Both are champions in their own right, though they've arrived at this point through different paths. Alvarez has faced and defeated top fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant, earning his reputation as one of the most formidable forces in boxing. On the other hand, Crawford's impressive run has included becoming an undisputed champion at welterweight and moving up to 154 pounds. He has also dominated every opponent in his path, making a compelling case for why he deserves the opportunity to face Canelo in the ring. Crawford, ever determined and ambitious, has not shied away from publicly calling for the fight. His readiness to take on the toughest challenges is well known, and he has stated his desire to secure the bout in order to further cement his legacy. "We want Canelo next. Let's go, Canelo," Crawford confidently declared. His determination and unwavering confidence make him one of the most dangerous fighters in boxing, but it's his adaptability and exceptional ring IQ that make him an intriguing opponent for Canelo. Al-Sheikh's plans are ambitious, as he envisions this fight taking place in May, potentially as part of a doubleheader that could also feature a highly anticipated bout between Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez. Al-Sheikh's excitement about the matchup is palpable, as he highlighted both fighters' mutual interest in the bout. While the weight difference between the two men, with Canelo fighting at 168 pounds and Crawford at 154 pounds, could pose a challenge, Al-Sheikh is optimistic that the right conditions could be met for the fight to happen. There's a weight discrepancy, sure, but both fighters want the fight, and Crawford is determined to make it happen. If the money is right, Canelo is also open to it, Al-Sheikh explained. The fight's global appeal would undoubtedly draw attention from fans around the world, and the prospect of such a blockbuster event happening in Las Vegas adds even more intrigue. The combination of star power, timing, and financial incentives makes this potential matchup a game-changer for the sport. Despite the optimism, some industry insiders, like British promoter Eddie Hearn, have expressed skepticism about the likelihood of the fight materializing. Hearn pointed out that Canelo has shown little interest in facing Crawford, and the financial negotiations around the fight might complicate matters. "Canelo doesn't seem too keen on this fight, to be honest," Hearn remarked. "The purse demands may be a bit much, but we'll see. Even if the financial hurdles are cleared, there are still serious concerns about whether Crawford can bridge the weight gap." While Crawford is an exceptional fighter, his experience at 154 pounds doesn't compare to Canelo's dominance at 168 pounds. The Mexican champion is known for his ability to absorb punishment and dish out even more, which could prove too much for Crawford, who has never fought above 154 pounds. "I think Crawford might struggle at 168 pounds, said Hearn. "It's a different ballgame when you're dealing with someone like Canelo. His power and experience at that weight could be too much for Crawford to handle." These concerns are echoed by other experts like Andre Rozier, who feels that while Crawford is more than capable at 154 pounds, stepping up to 168 could be a mistake. "Canelo is a different beast at that weight," Rozier warned. "I'm not sure Crawford should be jumping straight into that level of competition. It could be too much for him." On the other hand, Crawford's supporters believe that his skills will allow him to overcome the size disadvantage. Keith Thurman, a former world champion, pointed out that Crawford's ability to adapt in the ring is what makes him such a dangerous opponent. Thurman noted that Crawford excels in defensive and offensive situations, and his ability to adjust on the fly could give him the edge against Canelo. Despite the challenges, the prospect of Canelo facing Crawford remains one of the most intriguing storylines in boxing. The stylistic contrast between the two fighters is exciting, and Canelo is a powerful counterpuncher with excellent head movement, while Crawford is a master of the sweet science, known for his precision and ability to adjust to his opponent's weaknesses. The clash of styles promises to deliver a thrilling contest, with questions remaining about whether Crawford's speed and technical brilliance can overcome Canelo's strength and experience. Adding another layer of complexity to this potential fight is the diminishing pool of viable opponents for both fighters. For Canelo, the options at 168 pounds are limited, as many of his competitors have moved up in weight or failed to generate the kind of intrigue needed for a major event. Likewise, Crawford is beginning to run out of challengers at welterweight and 154 pounds, which makes the idea of facing Canelo more appealing than ever. Crawford's recent move to 154 pounds and his willingness to take on the biggest names in boxing only add to his allure. "Crawford is a generational talent," said former fighter Amir Khan. "He's a genius in the ring. But when it comes to facing Canelo, the challenge lies in the size difference. Canelo is a beast, and his power could be too much for Crawford." In an interesting twist, Edgar Berlanga, who has faced Canelo in the ring before, weighed in on the potential matchup, pointing out that the only thing in favor of Canelo is his size. "Crawford is a fantastic fighter, but Canelo's power at 168 pounds is going to be difficult to overcome. That's the only edge Canelo has," Berlanga commented. This is a sentiment shared by many in the boxing world, who argue that while Crawford's skill set is second to none, it may not be enough to overcome the physical advantages that Canelo brings to the table. "You can't underestimate Canelo," said Berlanga. "He's been fighting at this weight for years, and he knows how to dominate." However, Crawford's supporters believe that his exceptional ring IQ and ability to adapt will give him a fighting chance. As noted by Andre Rozier, Crawford's skills are top tier, and he has the potential to surprise even the most seasoned fighters. Still, the weight class difference is a significant obstacle, and it remains to be seen whether Crawford can overcome it. As the potential fight between Canelo and Crawford continues to captivate fans, the question on everyone's mind is, will Crawford's brilliance be enough to overcome Canelo's physical advantages, or will Canelo's size and power prove too much for the lighter fighter? It's a matchup that could go down in history as one of the greatest fights of all time. With both fighters in the prime of their careers and the stakes higher than ever, boxing fans are eagerly awaiting the announcement of this epic showdown. The potential fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is more than just a clash of two elite fighters. It's a battle that will define legacies. Whether the fight happens or not, it's clear that the boxing world is watching closely, and the excitement surrounding the possibility is palpable. What do you think? Who would you bet on in this potential showdown? Let us know in the comments below. Stay tuned for more updates on this exciting fight.